Hi everyone, and welcome into a new season of Transport Fever 2. Today we are starting a new map. And not just any map, it's going to be the Vast Valley. So you'll see a whole bunch of maps here that I've created to test things on the left. We're playing Vast Valley, which comes from the most recent DLC. And here we are, in our map. So let's have a look around and see what we've got. Got two towns over here. Maybe that very high meant that we just have lots of industry things. Look at these places right over here at the edge of the map. At least they're the same, like they use the same type of cargo. Okay, so we've got like 10 towns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 11. I don't know if we counted that one or not. Pretty good layout of resources and things. Now, as I usually like to do, is to start with getting some fuel somewhere. So which of these towns want fuel? So Talker up here wants fuel. And Zala up here wants fuel. So we've got two fuel refineries, one in, can't pronounce that, Breje, one in Trebla. So that's kind of in the middle of the map, since towards the edge. So this would be a nice one to use if we're trying to get fuel up here, because we'll cross the map with it. That will earn us a lot. We've got raw crude here, a little bit, not a lot. So then there are three sources. One over there, one here, and this one. Also, that's kind of up here as well. Okay, so what we can do is get our crude on something down here, ship it up to here. I'm just saying there, up to the oil refinery, bring it back down to the fuel, and then take that way back up here into Zala. Now, all these are right by the river. We just did a map that used a lot of river transport. So I'm keen to try and not do that again. But it's hard to say no to that in this instance when they're like right there. Especially this guy. He's like right there. I do think we want different shipping lines though. Right. Well, because of the distance, we're not going to get both of these on the same port anyway. We want this to be large. Yeah, this is a lot bigger map than I initially thought. Okay, so let's put this guy in here. And then they're gonna ship up to here somewhere. Where do we want this to be? Maybe here? On the corner? And then we need to get from there up to the refinery and back again. But going back, it will be a different Will it be a different fuel? No, we could reuse that ship. This is gonna be a bit awkward. Because they're not right next to each other. We'll leave it as it is for now. We do need to flatten the ground here a little bit. So we can get a nice... What year are we? 1900. Okay. Now going that far would make sense for it to be rail. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to... Yeah, like rail's going to cost us a lot of money that we don't necessarily have right now. But we're going to need so many trucks if we do it with trucks. So let's just accept that it's going to be expensive to start. Okay, so that's where we're going with it. We'll come back down here and connect this guy up. Smooth out a little bit around him. And then from there, let's curve around over to there. So they're definitely connected. Awesome. These guys here definitely connected. And up the top here, we'll want another station. We can just put it right across the road. There we go. So now we just need to connect these two up with some rails. We're just going to single track it for now. We should probably start down this end. I'm just going to single track it for now because I'm probably not going to have that many trains. Okay, and we need to borrow some money. Potentially a lot of money. Okay, that's as much as we can, as much as the game will let us borrow. And we're still very deep in this hill. So to try and get there is 26 million and it's too steep. That is not great. Not great at all. Now we can destroy this side. Because we haven't been playing, so we'll get most of our money back for it. I just want to get onto the surface. How hard is that? we can go this way and come out onto the surface. Maybe that's the plan. And then we'll turn here. You just go back underground though. Man, this is super hilly. Let's bring her around to there. Let's stop here. We want this to be... That'll do. It's really quite ugly since it didn't pad it out wide, but it's something. And now if we just go from there to there, what do we get? 20 million. It's because it's put in some giant bridges. Alright, let's come down this way. And then that way. Again, don't want it bridged. Come past the iron factory. We're kind of aiming that direction. Again, no bridge. Then we'll go from there to... what? I'm awfully confused. So it's saying we've got too much slope. Did we not build this one down as far as we could? Maybe that was potentially the issue. Let's come back here. There we go. We've convinced the game to let us build a single rail track. It just took forever. So that we'll get crude oil up here and take raw oil back to our port. Then we can use that ship again to bring oil back down here. But then we need to bring fuel up and we bring crude up, and they won't work on the same ship. So maybe, is there somewhere up here? There's no crude source up here. I think we're just gonna have to live with it. It will need to be 2 lines. So let's add another cargo, not like that. Another cargo dock on here. And that will be for our oil going back. We need a train depot. We'll plop you up here. Probably should have done the track first, because who knows if that'll even connect to there. It does, good. Alright, let's get our first 2 lines in. First will be a shipping line. It will be somewhere to somewhere. Crude. Where are those somewheres? I'm not entirely sure. Desclay to Trebizond. And since it's crude oil, we'll make it a dark browny type color. Dark blacky type color. And then we need our rail line. It's going to be Trebizond to Zala, crude and oil. We'll make it the same color. It goes from there to up here. Now let's get some vehicles on these things. We need a shipping port or a shipyard. Let's put it somewhere in the middle. Seems as good a place as any. Now what do we have for moving oil? So we've got 13 million in the bank. We know trains are more expensive, so let's build that first. This guy's the most powerful. Then in terms of our cargo, maybe if we spend, yeah, a mediocre, let's go that much. Color it dark brown or black, put it onto our rail line there. So now we've got 5.5 million to get some boats, which will let us buy 4. Just gonna buy 2 to start. And then we're gonna press play. Let's slow the date speed down a little bit. And we're going on max speed. So we're shipping oil out of here, which is good. Which means everything is up and connected as we'd expect. And now we need another port down here. So this line will bring oil back and then take fuel back north again. Oh wow, so that's too far from the refinery. That is not great. That means we're gonna need to dig out a bit of land here. Oh, that just took all of our money. And we can't take any more from the bank. So I think 2 ships here was probably good. We'll probably need a few more. Well, those 2 only have a rate of 80. We're definitely going to need a few more. But they are going. So we're going to take fuel from there up to here eventually. It will come into the same station, but it's not going onto a train up there. It's going to go onto a truck that will probably put the depot, I don't know where, somewhere around here. Look at that, a new oil refinery right there. How are our ships going? They're going? So we get our truck to here, and then we'll just have to drive this loop until we can afford a bypass road up here into Zala. What do these ships look like? It's a long time since we've played back in the 1900s. It's what I imagine a ship back then would have looked like. What if we jump in the cab? It has not put us in the cab. Is that because there is no cab? Where does the captain sit? Maybe this ship just doesn't have that kind of visibility. We can sit on top here. Pretend. So we've got a nice big lake here in the middle of the map. Those forests over there. We'll probably cut them down at some point. Just as we need to ship things around. We could just see our train pulling into the station. Oh, they're birds. Isn't that nice? New oil well in Torca. We're up here in the corner. Both our ships coming in for a landing. How long did it take? It takes almost a year for them to get from there to here. And how much do we get paid? Hopefully a lot. $1.3 million. So if we look at that ship, it looks like it's going to have a lot of periods where it earns nothing, and then they just get a massive income spike. It'd be nice if we could undo this, so we still had a bit more money in our pocket to help move some of this oil. Wish you could bulldoze your terraforming. It's too late now. Even if we could somehow squeeze it in there, it ain't gonna fit. So I think we're just gonna have to wait a while. For that to start earning us some money. And this train, so we'll have to take a look once we get in, but how much does it earn or not earn? Let's jump in the cab and see what we'll stand here and look out the engineer's portal. So this is what he'll see as he's moving oil. It is a very pretty looking area. So this must be a bit steeper because he slowed down slightly. Or maybe just the uphill is finally catching up. The rocks on the side freaking me out a little bit. It was really slowing down. But the sky is in sight. Not a lot, but we can see some of it up there. We're certainly not doing near our 100km/h limit. Here we go, now we're picking up speed a little bit. If he looks at his window, he'll see the same thing every time, so maybe he'll get tired of looking at the same things every time. But we're not going to ride on it 24/7, so it looks nice to us. If you were going over this, you'd probably be a bit freaked out. Like, they're pretty steep drop-offs. And as we come into into station, let's see how much we earn. 4.7 million for that trip. So now that he's probably always going to have oil down here, maybe. It's a big maybe. So there's one train. Maybe. We'll see. We're still stuck in the we have no money world. Still won't start bringing anything back yet, but that's okay. So I reckon that's probably going to work out pretty good. 2 ships with that 1 train. And the reason I think that is because there's only a couple left here on the platform, and our ships are coming back into drop off. So these guys again, one half a year of no earnings, and then a second year massive spike. So we're gonna have more oil here for when he comes next, which will be good. Goes so slowly up the hill. We're just about to jump to positive. Wait for it. There we go. Yay, positive. We'll have a few bills, so it won't last very long, but yay, positive. Because we've just got a couple of things going, our income is really lumpy like that. Okay, so now that this guy has started getting things to deliver, it looks like he's going to be making a... What's that? 1.35... About 3.35 million profit every 6 months. Which would definitely help our cause. Alright, let's come back down here to this place.